Let's talk about something as South African as biltong, sitting in the dark. It's a shared experience that unites millions, no matter where you live or what you do. Whether you're in a bustling city or a quiet suburb, the darkness finds you. Picture this: World Cup final, your team's about to score, and poof, darkness. The cheers turn to groans and the excitement fizzles out in an instant. It's a uniquely South African heartbreak. TV dead, Wi-Fi gone, you're hunting for a candle and stubbing your toe. The scramble for light becomes a nightly ritual, and every misplaced torch feels like a small tragedy. This isn't a post-apocalyptic movie. It's just Tuesday in South Africa. Welcome to load shedding, where the only thing you can count on is the uncertainty of electricity. It's not a rare inconvenience. It's a daily, scheduled frustration, with power outage timetables as common as weather reports. Everyone plans their lives around the next blackout. Earlier this year, Stage 6 load shedding hit, 10 hours a day without power for many. That's nearly half your waking hours spent waiting for the lights to come back on. Eskom, the utility meant to keep the lights on, is more like that unreliable friend who breaks your stuff. Promises are made, but the lights still go out, leaving everyone in the lurch. The impact: factories halt, small businesses close, and investors look elsewhere. The economy takes a hit every time the grid goes down, and livelihoods hang in the balance. The Chamber of Commerce says load shedding shaves off about 1% of economic growth every year. Billions lost, jobs gone. For many, it's the difference between hope and hardship. In a world of AI and Mars missions, South Africans treat electricity as a luxury. Flicking a switch and getting light feels like winning the lottery. It dictates when you cook, work, and even when traffic lights work. Every part of daily life is shaped by the power schedule, from dinner plans to your morning commute. It's a modern problem that sent us back to the dark ages, with only a power bank and a sense of humor. In South Africa, resilience means finding light in the darkness, sometimes literally. Load shedding might sound like a gym program, something you'd sign up for to lose a few kilos or get in shape, but it's actually a controlled power cut, an organized way of switching off electricity to different parts of the country. When demand outstrips what Eskom can supply, they have two choices: risk a total blackout that could last for days, or cut power to different areas and shifts, hoping to keep the system alive. It's like a doctor saying, "We have to amputate the foot to save the body." The system has stages, each one more severe than the last. Stage 1 means a couple hours without power, usually once a day, and it's almost a relief when it's only that. Stage 6 means multiple blackouts a day, sometimes for hours at a time, and life starts to feel like a countdown to the next outage. People plan their lives around these schedules, cooking meals before the lights go out, showering quickly while there's still hot water, and charging devices in narrow windows of opportunity, hoping the battery lasts until the next round of power. Imagine you're a baker with one oven and too many orders. You can't bake everything at once, so you have to disappoint some customers. You tell some customers, "No bread for you between 10 and 12. That's Eskom, rationing power not because they want to, but because they have to. The idea is to prevent the whole grid from collapsing, which would be a disaster for everyone. But what was meant as a last resort has become a permanent feature of life, woven into the daily routine of millions. The cycle of breakdowns and repairs keeps the supply on a knife's edge, with every fix feeling temporary. Even after months of relief, a few power stations fail, and back to darkness. The uncertainty never really goes away. It's a national game of electrical Russian roulette where nobody knows when the next outage will hit. Everyone's forced to play, and nobody's winning. The frustration is shared by all, from families to businesses. Load shedding is now a skill, one nobody wanted, but everyone's mastered, learning to adapt and improvise at a moment's notice. The unpredictability keeps everyone on edge, making it hard to plan for work, school, or even a simple meal. And there's no end in sight, just the hope that one day the lights will stay on for good. Why can't South Africa keep the lights on? The answer? Eskom. Eskom's power stations are ancient, coal plants built decades ago, now pushed far past their limits. Chronic underinvestment in maintenance and new plants means constant breakdowns. It's like ignoring a leaky roof until the whole house floods. In February, 15 generation units failed in 1 week, predictable after years of neglect. Eskom is drowning in debt, over $400 billion, making it nearly impossible to fix or build anything new. Corruption and mismanagement have siphoned off billions, eroding public trust. The result: unreliable plants, poor planning, crippling debt, and a legacy of corruption. It's a perfect storm, leaving the country flicking a switch and hoping for the best. The grid is fragile, and the crisis is deep. Load shedding isn't just an inconvenience, it's an economic disaster. Imagine a bakery power out, ovens cold, dough spoiled. Multiply that by thousands of businesses. The Reserve Bank estimates billions lost daily during severe load shedding. Productivity plummets, supply chains break, and factories halt for lack of a single part. Mining and manufacturing, the economy's backbone, are hit hardest. In 2022 alone, the crisis cost $300 billion. Money that could have built schools and hospitals. Foreign investors see the chaos and look elsewhere. The rand weakens every time Eskom announces higher load shedding. Businesses buy expensive diesel generators, but that's not sustainable. Diesel is costly and polluting. Many small businesses can't afford generators and shut down. This is more than an energy crisis, it's deindustrializing the country. The real cost of load shedding is human. For the wealthy, it's an expensive annoyance. Solar panels, batteries, and generators keep life going. For most South Africans, there's no escape. When the power goes out, life stops. No cooking, spoiled food, kids can't study, and crime rises in the dark. Hospitals run on backup generators, but they're not built for endless outages. In rural clinics, a power cut can mean life-saving equipment fails. It's a daily struggle that deepens poverty and inequality. Unemployment soars. Over 32% overall, nearly 46% for youth. The richest 20% use more than half the electricity, but the poorest suffer most when it fails. The crisis extinguishes hope and opportunity for millions. It's not just about lights. It's about dignity, safety, and the future. The darkness is more than physical, it's a shadow over people's lives. South Africa's most vulnerable pay the highest price. The government is finally acting, aiming to fix the old system and build a new one. After years of crisis and public frustration, leaders are under pressure to deliver real solutions, not just promises. Breaking Eskom's monopoly, private companies can now generate and sell power. This opens the door for innovation and competition, giving South Africans more options and a chance for a brighter energy future. This is fueling a boom in renewables, solar and wind, using South Africa's natural resources. Vast stretches of sun-drenched land and strong coastal winds are finally being harnessed to power homes and businesses. The Just Energy Transition Plan aims to secure $100 billion by 2030 to shift away from coal. International partners and investors are watching closely, hoping South Africa can become a model for clean energy in Africa. The goal: massive solar and wind farms, a cleaner, more reliable supply, and new green jobs. Training programs are springing up to help workers transition into the growing renewable sector. Eskom is being split into 3 companies, generation, transmission, and distribution, for more transparency and competition. This restructuring is designed to break up old inefficiencies and encourage accountability. The new transmission company will buy power from the cheapest, most reliable sources. This could mean more renewables in the mix, and a more stable grid for everyone. But these changes take years and billions to implement. Building new infrastructure and updating old systems is a massive, complex task. The grid needs major upgrades to handle new sources. Without these improvements, even the best plans could fall short. There's political resistance from coal interests and communities fearing job losses. The transition is not just technical, it's deeply social and economic. The transition must be just. No one can be left behind. Support for affected workers and communities is essential for lasting change. Progress is slow, and the country is still in the dark. Many South Africans continue to face daily blackouts and uncertainty. The challenge is huge, but the shift has begun. With determination, innovation, and support, South Africa could light up its future. One solar panel, one wind turbine, and one policy at a time. South Africa stands at a crossroads, full of potential but held hostage by its power supply. The plans are there. Unbundle Eskom, embrace renewables, open the market, and fix what's broken. The 2024 election showed public frustration. Now a coalition government must act. The challenge: balance urgent power needs with a green transition, fund the overhaul, and protect coal communities. It takes technical skill, investment, political will, and public trust after years of broken promises. This isn't just for politicians, it's a national conversation. South Africans are adapting: solar geysers, gas stoves, community power projects. But individual solutions aren't enough. Systemic change is needed. So what would you do? Fix coal plants for quick relief, or go all in on renewables for long-term gain. The lights will come back on, but the choices made now will decide how bright the future is.